one more big personality from industry. We have got Sumon Mal sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot sir for coming and like interacting with our students today. So if you've seen sir's entire profile, sir will talk about like all the experiences that he has got. But for me, it's like a person who has worked in at least 2 3 sector. Let it be Tesco for that matter, let it be Paytm that matter, let it be Circles, one more telecom giant it is. Okay, so these all industries sir has contributed and is contributing still on. So like it's worthwhile for you all guys to like learn from him about the fintech sector, how it works. Okay, because sir has contributed a lot in that sector, and now he's contributing a lot in telco sector. Okay, and recently he has shifted from Paytm to circles.asia. You can check out the website in your Macs right now. So if you see circles.asia, that's one company which is building software stack and all for like large giant telco companies. Okay, large scale telco companies. So just it's a privilege for you all guys that sir is here directly, and you will be like learning from him a lot of concepts related to fintech. Let it be Tesco, let it be even the current telco wala stuff that he's involved in, what the contributions that he's doing. More than that, few suggestions for you all on how to crack your internships, what will make you guys stand out from other students who are pursuing btechs else, and how to crack your first like full-time jobs. So this is what sir is all about here to discuss. Thanks a lot
Sure.
sir for taking out time.
So my introduction already I gave, but let me quickly introduce myself. Myself, Sumon. I started my journey way back as a tech ops. Right, I have few experience in facilitations as well as a faculty of CMC, and from there where my journey started. So first few years I worked as a tech ops, then I completed my masters, get into campus placement, and get into Wipro. Few months I spent in Kolkata, which is my hometown. I am from West Bengal. Followed by I moved to Bangalore because I was very sharp, or I was very clear picture in my mind that Bangalore is the place which known as the Indian Silicon Valley. Today, after a few decades also, right, I still firmly believe it is true, because if it is an IT hub, then followed by there are many cities like that. We have Chennai, Hyderabad, as well as Mumbai. So that's how all the journey started. Then from Wipro, it's Samsung, then it goes to Amazon, Expedia, and Tesco. After that, Paytm, and currently in Circles. So as you see, it's a diversifications. That's my own personal choice, that I wanted to diversify my knowledge so that I can know multiple areas, right? There are different methodology to choose the career path. There is something called horizontal versus the vertical. I choose the horizontal, not the vertical one. We'll cover this concept sometime later, not today, but in next sessions and all. Apart from these IT jobs, I'm also a human being, so I do have some passions, right, and hobbies as well. Back in my college days, to impress my girlfriends and all, I used to play guitar and as well as mouth organ. I'm a state level. Yes, that's true. Come on, I am also a college pass out. So at a state level, I am a inline skater during my college days, some time, and last few years, 2 to 3 years, I've been published 3 books altogether, which is available in India as well as that international marketplaces, which covers technical as well as certain of the management aspects. And I love traveling. So as I stay in South India, right, Bangalore, I mostly covered most of the places of South India, this triangle part, right, over bike, and after marriage by car. So this is my overall introduction. This is who I am as a person. Today, I am here because of some interest, personal interest. What is that interest? I wanted to also learn from you guys. It is not that you will only learn from me. मुझे भी तो कुछ लेना है. So I will also learn from you guys. That okay, what you think, what you demand. Because the way we think, it's a supply chain, right? So the way you guys are thinking, if we can generate that kind of environment, it will boost your productivity. Ultimately, it will be the business generation. Before we start, a crucial thing. Here, what we will do, we will understand more. don't rush to take notes, right? I will come more time, and don't don't rush to take notes, because it's a concept. Everything today is available over internet. Every single thing is available on book. The topic you name, you will find thousands of books, thousands of YouTube channels. Then still why you are doing it? Because the concepts you have to understand. And this concept, believe me, probably it's a priceless, probably $1 million concept, because after spending decades, these are the things I am able to understand. Now in our life, somewhere I was reading the quote that if you are smart enough, you have to learn from others' mistake. And in a single life, you cannot afford to do all the mistakes. So learn, because I gathered all my thought, all my learning, right, and giving it to you in this precise time, maybe 2 hours, 1 hour, whatever we have. So understand the concept. Don't just note down, because note down is something like it's couple of line on your notebook. You have to understand it and implement it. ठीक है ना? The first and foremost concept, or I think this is one of the valuable concept, right? Not only all the industry level experts, SMEs, managers, directors, we wish that we could know it during our college days. Guess what it is? Guess. You can be wrong, right? That's fine. What is something that today I am standing and I am saying that within industry, all of us are thinking that okay, काश मुझे ये कॉलेज डेज में पता होता, क्या है वो चीज, क्या हो सकता है वो चीज? Okay, time management, sorry, financial planning, okay,
Communication skills.
okay, communication skills, okay, networking,
Power.
मतलब
Like people are usually shy in the college days and they open up after coming to the industry. But if they would be open in the college days, they would have larger broader network to get jobs and internships.
people connect or network you are talking about, okay, negotiation skill, okay,
Enjoyment.
okay,
Business knowledge.
business knowledge, okay,
To not run behind grades and to focus on your concepts and skills.
okay,
Industry insights.
कौन है? Okay,
Own passion.
own passion, अब क्या सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ के कॉमेडियन बन जाओ? ओके, पैशन तो हर एज में होता है, राइट? तो कॉलेज डेज में मुझे क्या चाहिए होता है, तो ठीक है, पैशन इज वन थिंग, लेट्स काउंट दैट. टीम वर्क, ओके,
Clarity.
क्लैरिटी अबाउट,
Like what we are putting in the
भाई उस एज में ये सब सोचेंगे, ठीक है चलो.
money management.
हाँ,
Money management.
मनी मैनेजमेंट, फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग, somebody called out, okay, any more guess?
Stocks.
Stocks, अच्छा, okay,
How to handle your professional and personal life.
how to handle your professional and personal life, okay. No, don't laugh. See, all the good things. See, why I am taking time over here? Because you guys are thinking, and I can see the clear difference during our college days. If somebody asking this question, we could have mumbling or talking about time management is one thing. Second is probably the skill, right? By we have C, C++, Java, Python, and many other, Go, Lang, everything. Which skill to choose? But see about yourself. You guys are talking so many points. It's covering from financial to the skill set to the networking to the passion, every 360 degree. That is the good thing, right? That is the change. Okay. Now take us to one more step ahead on this one. Okay, before that, I would also talk about one thing. Like the guy, you guys are suggesting this, right? That okay, probably this, that, and all. One thing I have found, probably you guys missed to consider the situation of that time, right? Somebody talk about stocks. Somebody is talking about the personal versus the professional life. Now, until or unless you are getting into that situation, currently you guys don't even know what the professional life looks like. So there is no question that question will trigger in your mind, right? So once you get into those kind of problem, then only it will come. So one learning we have to take whenever we are taking any of the assessment, we have to consider the 360 of it. What is the time, who are all over there, and what are all the equipment available. Just take this point for now. We will come back to this point in a relevant manner so that you can understand it. Now move to the in depth of it, this particular concept. Still I haven't answered your question, right? We will come to the answer, but we will explore the answer together, right? Okay, so I want all of your full attention. How many of you want success in life or in the development? How success will come, or what does the success means? For an example, you guys are here. So it's a one door decision. I will not confuse you because these are management terms. One door decision, two door decision, used by Jeff Bezos generally. So you guys are here in a specific study stream, engineering, software engineering, right? So you guys wanted to be into this software development path. What does the success looks like in this? Can anybody tell? You guys all want success. Everybody would raise your hand. What success looks like?
Creating a unique product which will change something.
वैसे तो मुझे रॉकेट बनाना था, अभी तक बनाना ही नहीं पाया.
In computer field.
Okay.
Software which will change something in the society.
Comprehending is point like basically resolving a problem which exists and making it more easy for a human interaction.
That is good, but what is success to you? So if you are building a product, you think you are successful. Is that, and definition can be different for different person. It is totally okay. So you are thinking that, okay, if I am building something which is good for humankind, I am successful, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, good point. Yes, that's how it is needed. Anybody else? I think you are telling something.
Making myself compatible with the emerging technologies in the software field.
Okay, okay,
Achieving something which others are appreciating it.
okay. So let me note down few of the good thoughts what you guys are telling, right? One thing is satisfaction, then great product, 1 CR per month. That's fine, that's fine. We all want money, that's fine. ताकि आपको कोई तंग ना करे, मैं एक चीज बता देता हूँ. What's your name? प्रशांत. अच्छा, ब्रिशांक ने जो पॉइंट बोला है ना, मैं अपने कॉलेज डेज में ऐसे ही सोचता था. आई वॉज द ऑड वन. बाकी सब लोग जहाँ पे बोलते हैं कि मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी बनाना है, ये बनाना है, मैं ये सोचता था. ये जैसे 1 करोड़ बोल रहा है, 1 करोड़ नहीं था, बट कुछ अमाउंट था. Come on, it's fine. Inflation happened, right, over our decades. So inflation is there. Mumbai is so costly. It is fine. But हाँ, इसके ऊपर टैक्स देना पड़ता है. अच्छा, knowledge, then appreciation. Okay, okay. What is the other one? Personal development. Knowledge में आता है. Something else? Maybe. अच्छा, चलो personal development लिख लेते हैं. Anything else?
But still, there is difference between like earning money and enjoying that time.
Okay. So basically, you are saying personal and professional balancing, right? Okay.
Unicorn.
Unicorn. ये क्या है?
Creating a new
स्टार्टअप बनाना है.
unicorn.
साई को बताना पड़ेगा कि भाई आपका कंपटीटर आ रहा है. No, good. I will star mark this. This is relevant. Don't think that this is the answer. Come on, no. I star mark for a reason. But do you really think this is success for you? Okay. Fame, appreciation में आता है fame. चलो, we have enough point. Now take a cumulative looks. आप लोग, you guys must have seen this binary matrix, right? Everybody knows 0 1. Can somebody help me? What is the combination 0 1?
0 1 1 0 0 0 1 1.
चलो, okay, शुरू करते हैं. 0 0.
Yes.
Then we flip one bit.
Yes.
0 1. Then we flip other bit.
1 0.
So we take 2 bit 0, 1 bit we flip. From here we will flip another bit. Right? Now we flip both the bit.
1 0.
This is the one. Okay. Now again, I left computer engineering study decade back, more than decade. Still I remembered, but you guys are bit struggling. The reason is आप लोग ने इसको याद करके रखा है, right? You guys are thinking कि भाई कौन कौन से combination है. See, it's a slightly off topic, but always follow the pattern rather than remembering. ये कंप्यूटर साइंस जो है ना बहुत वास्ट है. इसके ऊपर तो आजकल AI, डेटा साइंस एंड मल्टीपल थिंग्स आर देयर. So memorizing is not a solution. You have to understand the concept. That's why in the previous slide we talked about don't note down, understand. I am able to do it because I understand the pattern. It's not in my memory. I have to just write 0, 0. After that I am deriving it, right? It's a slightly different note, but you guys will understand. Now, from here we will derive here to find our answer, right? What is the something we at this stage also, right? Somewhat decent money, somewhat fame, somewhat appreciation, great product, we build everything, but still we aspire for that, okay? At college days, if I could know this, I could have done better. Still we have to find that answer. This is the binary matrix. We'll come back to this. Now, whatever the definition you guys are finding that, okay, this is something success looks like me. How you can achieve this in industry? Any idea? Chalo, I will help you out. After this pass out, you will get into a job. There will be a baseline. मान लेते हैं 7 lakhs, right? 3 lakhs, 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 20 lakhs. I think that is too much, but okay. Some package you will get, some XYZ package you will get. 1 crore के लिए struggle करना पड़ेगा. Now, from there, whatever you are aspiring for, how do you reach there? Now, you joined one company. You take any city, like in Mumbai, I believe it is 2,700 companies are there. Bangalore में कुछ 12,500 के आसपास है. These many companies are there, right? Only in India and particular cities. How you can reach this to own definition of success?
Climbing up the stairs. Like first starting the company, joining by just like a intern or something. Then after that, when you get a proper job, then to a manager role and everything. After knowing that how the company ethics work.
Okay, one we will note down, right? So you talked about join. Then you talked about
Interning. Then when
internship, right? Then
we promotions. Like we get promoted to suppose senior developer or
okay, promotion. Then
to a manager stage.
okay.
Then to a stage bigger than the manager. Like suppose
बोल दो ना कि हाँ जो जहाँ पे आप अरे बाप रे बीच में डायरेक्टर बहुत कुछ होता है. अच्छा चलो CEO बन जाते हैं.
CEO.
इमेजिनेशन शुड बी लाइक दिस फ्री. हाँ चलो तो ज्वाइन किया, प्रमोशन लिया, मैनेजर बन गया, CEO बन गया. ओके, एनीथिंग एल्स? एक करके आते हैं. सॉरी, बिल्ड अ बिजनेस. ओके चलो. Okay, this is 1, this is 2. What is the other one?
Experience. Like if we can work on in different companies and taking experience from there and then achieving bigger things.
Okay, so we are talking about multiple company, right?
So planning out the path you want to follow.
Like so that's the plan I am asking, na?
Like depending on the job that you want to do or depending on the business that you want to start. Like you can start setting achievable goals for like a short period of time and like you go for achieving one goal at a time. Like that's how you climb up the ladder.
So okay, it's too abstract, but still I will note down the planning. I am star marking it. Okay, your point I am star marking. Okay.
Learning new skills. In my case, if I want to create a product, I will have to learn new technologies, gain experience. And adding up to Tanay's point, in a company, we have to gain new skills and communication skills to climb up the ladders. That's
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Being efficient in knowing what you want to do.
वो तो स्किल से आ जाएगा.
Broad network.
Okay, network. Okay.
We should not wait for the opportunity to approach, but we should work for that like since day one. Like
Today, if I'm thinking I want to be successful in this particular field, then I should analyze what are things I need to do and start working on it from current time.
Okay, so that calls manual drive.
Know about your surrounding, like what's going on.
Okay, pretty much. Okay, don't focus on what I'm star marking now. So that is for mine. I will come back to these points. Now here is the thing. If we looked at it, right, that somebody talks about I will join, I will take promotion, I will become manager, then I will become CEO. But the reality, join is one thing. Promotion, this is a lot in reality. Now think about yourself, right? In a company, there is always a pyramid. You guys know it, right? In life cycle, you have read it. There is always a pyramid. In a company, it will never happen that there is a one developer and thousands of CEO. ऐसा होता है क्या? क्या होता है? One CEO होता है, 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh devs होता है और workers होते हैं, right? इसके ऊपर ये leads होते हैं, इसके ऊपर managers होते हैं, इसके ऊपर directors होते हैं, इसके ऊपर VP होता है, then CEO होता है. So this is the case. Now if you see, right, what makes from this 10,000, here if we come, it will probably 1,000. So what will make you to get into this 1,000? Answer is skill. Chalo. So you become lead. So we have skill needed. Understand it very, very prominently. To develop the skill, to showcase it properly, what we need, planning. Right? Randomly करने से तो नहीं होगा. Planning चाहिए. Right? We are exploring it. Right? To develop the skill and plan accordingly, what it is needed, you need to know what is going on in surrounding, what is the current technology trend, what is upcoming, what is happening to the other things and all. So it is awareness. I will underline it for some reason. Remind me, we will talk about it. But awareness, right? So we covered skill, so definitely required. To go to the first stage, from here to here, what is needed? I am not even talking about CEO level. Skill, so definitely required. Without skill, nothing. Planning with that and the awareness. Now, if you are doing all those things, but you put it into autopilot mode. So what does it call autopilot mode? Autopilot mode is something that which is happening without your conscious effort. That is autopilot mode. We feel hungry, we go and eat something, right? Some of you may follow a diet, some of you don't follow diet. Whatever you get, you eat it. Whoever is following diet, that is not autopilot, that is manual. Whoever is like, okay, kuch bhi mil ja raha hai, kha rahe ho, that is autopilot. Somebody felt like, okay, now I am sleepy, I will sleep. Somebody felt, no, I will complete this chapter, then I will sleep. So this is the autopilot versus the manual. So manual drive is required. Because while you are in professional life, right, there would be much more pressure would be there. Because you have a delivery to do. You are part of a business. So you have to do that 9 to 5 job somebody talks about, but it is actually not 9 to 5. So nowadays it is 9 to 9, 9 to 10, whatever it is. So what it is that you need to do a manual drive, right? Okay, planning properly, thinking about it, doing study and all those things. So manual drive is needed. I will come to this multiple company in a different way. So this is more of a career choice, what I made. Is it okay if we go slightly off topic? Okay. So during the time, I think I am talking about 10-15 years back. Nowadays also it is true though, but that time it was very prominent. There is a thing, right, that we have to choose the domain or we have to choose the technology. Everybody understand what domain is, right? That financial domain, telecommunication domain, so other, right? Travel domain and all. So that means you can choose to a domain to be there and you will know in and out of that domain, right? Another one is that, okay, you know a technology. That could be one programming language, could be data science, data engineering, data modeling, AI, whatever, or any of the programming language like Go, Lang, anything. So you are mastery on that. And whatever the project needed your attention, right? So you will go there and you will work. So basically you are working across different domain. So a person has to choose that, okay, what they wanted to do. So person has to choose, right, how they wanted to grow. It's a very important thing. We will talk about it later. Nowadays, this is not a very big problem, but still there are certain industry, mostly the services based industry, we will face this kind of challenge, right? We'll talk about it later. But this comes under a career choice. If you see my journey, I made this choice to be this. But back in those days, it was an anti-pattern. People never appreciate changing companies in a year or two. They call it as a lack of stability, and that is also a good term is there, lack of loyalty. That loyalty is not there. But nowadays, era changed. People are more appreciating this multiple company because you have a diversified knowledge. So it is okay. But the time when I did, it was known as anti-pattern, but still I was confident that someday it will come when I will be there and things will be in my favor. Now you can take it as my futuristic vision, or you can also call it out my luck. You can also call it as my bet, whatever you name it, but it's fit, right? So we'll come back to this on later sessions and all. I have a dedicated part for that. Here is one interesting thing, not even business. After so many things, though it's a 4-point, but it's a huge thing to do, you reach only one step, which is lead. Now, lead to manager or the upper level, how do you reach? Relevancy means
Company. How relevant you are to the company.
everybody is relevant, right?
The amount of relevancy you have. A developer does not have after my work is done, a developer is never approached again because of the level of skill sets he has. But if you go to a CEO, he is never out of job. He is working 24/7.
Okay.
And the developer is only working 9 to 10.
Okay.
Smart work, like basically know what your company needs to.
Now, even though I'm taking that 24/7 availability, that's what you are quoting, and you talked about smart work, right?
Keep upgrading yourself.
Keep upgrading yourself. Chalo. Upgrading means skill set development and all. Okay, that's fine. Now else.
By being consistent to our work.
These thoughts are good, right? I don't want to demotivate, but okay, I know nowadays there are a lot of motivational video. It's good that you guys know about these terms, but there is a place of implementation. Think about it. Nowadays, internet is available to every one of you, each one of you, right? So being consistent, being planning, skill updation and everything, all you know. So we'll again go back to the definition of success. Whatever the success you guys are talking about here in the list of 7 or 8, this is possible, right? This is possible only if you are right time, right place. You have to be on the right time, on the right place. Make sense? So what could be the possibility if we are talking about this one, right? So again, binary matrix 0 1, right? So right time is one parameter, right place is another parameter. Tell me what all the combination we can make. Ek to wrong timing, wrong place. Wrong timing, right place. Good. What is next? Right timing, right place. Right timing, wrong place. Right? Okay. So all of you have to be here. Right? Then only you will meet success as per your definition. Whatever your definition. Let it be talk about unicorn, let it be talk about higher salary, knowledge, whatsoever. At least you guys made one right thing, right place, right time. What is that? Being here. That is one of the right thing you have done. So you are at right time, right place. Where industry need it, You guys, this place is giving it, and this is the right time also. Now, if I broader it to the industry level, where you have 10,000 company, let's say, every company runs 40 to 50 projects, more or less. What is the combination is coming? More than 5 lakhs. Now tell me, is there a genius in between, I mean, within this room, who definitely these things is non-negotiable, we already talked about it. Can you be this place every single time? That which company is hiring at your skill set at what time? No matter whether you use LinkedIn, Naukri, blah blah, whatever. And no matter if you are extending yourself, where I written 24/7, somebody talks about it. Practically it is not possible 24/7, at some point you will break, right? And though you are making it, your quality will degrade. So basically your skill set will vanish, then you are no use. Let's name it as a hard working. Even though you hard work, you plan, every single time can you be here? No. Sometime you will be here, sometime here, here, here. What does it take to be everywhere? Time. You have limited time. I'm assuming you guys are age of somewhere around 20, 22. Chalo, 18. So somewhere you guys will have 57 years to serve. No, sir, not 57, sorry. So 60 has near about 40, right? 60 minus 20, 40. 37 to 40 years we will have, right? This place definitely not while you are a very old age, right? So somewhere you have to reach this ladder. This everything will need time, and you cannot afford this time, can you? Okay, now talks about one of the interesting concept of computer science, serial versus parallel. Somehow can we parallelly execute it? Rather than, see, you are single person. You applied one place, you put here. You applied one place, you put here. You applied one place, put here. Right? That's how it happened. We give maybe 10 interview and we crack one. That's how it happened. So one you are doing. It's taking your time, and it is not that every single day you will do the interview or every single day you are trying for your promotion, because you have to do your job also, right? Can we make it parallel? What is the way to make it parallel? Come on, we are very near to the answer. How we can parallelize it? That is the primary concept of computer, and that's why our computer is so efficient nowadays. Earlier days computer works in a single programming, right? Single threaded. Now it is multi-threaded, multi-programming. That's how you listen music, write something, also posting on Facebook together. So can we parallelize this particular thing? Okay, first of all, question is clear? Any doubt on question? Please raise your hand if you have a doubt on question. Okay. If you try by your own, you are bound to fall into these 4 categories repeatedly. Wrong time, wrong place, wrong time, right place, right time, wrong place, and right time, right place. Probability of putting into right time, right place is how much? 25%. Practically it is way less. Practically it is probably 2 to 3%, right? So if you are trying in this way, you are going to take enormous time. How much years you have? 40. Starting from here, with this competitive market, if you have to reach here, this approach is not sufficient. What we can do? Parallel. How we can parallelize it? That is the question.
Not limiting ourselves to only one domain, but trying out many domains at a time and finding out what suits you.
Trying out is one thing, but that gives you the same problem, right? You are talking about that, okay, I will give much more interview. Again, don't mix it up that, okay, you have to give lot of interview and you have to change companies frequently. That is not the intention. All we have to do, we have to think that how I can be aware what is going on in overall. Then only you can choose this right time, right place. If you are not aware, then you are bound to fall into these categories. So trying out is definitely required, whether you are doing serial or parallel. Try to understand it. And it's a very complex thinking. That's why I told focus here rather than noting it down. So how we can make it parallel?
Expand your network and material good relationship with colleagues.
Right answer. Expand your network. Right? So we got it. Now networking, we will talk about it. I think somebody talks about networking here also. 6 points. Whoever talks about it, raise your hand. I think many hand will raise. Okay. Okay. चलो 3-4 लोगों ने networking के बारे में बताया था. So we got the answer that if we wanted to be successful, we have to build the networking. Now let's talk. Do we understand what is networking? And all I am taking this long time. If I come and tell boss, you have to, for successful, you have to do networking, you guys will not think. This thinking is required. Then only you will understand that, okay, these are the problems. I think whatever the time we spent, right, by this time, you guys are clear that what are all the problem was there and why networking is important. Rather than I'm just telling you do networking, doesn't make sense, right? I saw some of you are posting that earlier also you guys talks about networking. But I think this time you understand what all the problem is there and why you need networking. Still I doubt we, including me, we don't understand the meaning of networking. Let's see what we understand, right? We have to understand it. And this is the concept and this is the khazana. To be very honest, including me, most of the industry leader or expert thought, काश मुझे ये कॉलेज डेज में पता होता तो मैं कुछ और ही कर लेता. Believe me this. Now what is the definition or what do you mean by networking? Anyone can start.
Like going out to the right people you want to choose. Like not if you're from a domain of BTech CSE. So like be on the position where you speak to people who are in higher position and you gain knowledge also. And you don't get some insights and learnings also. You can't like go and network with people who are from BA psychology or something.
Sorry, could you please come again?
So it's like networking to the right audience and catering to the people who are at the higher designation.
Okay. What does it mean to you?
Actually, adding to Tanay's point, it will help us to like the concept you said, the referral one. Networking with the right people may help to help us to get success by like, getting referral. So yeah.
Okay. आपके सामने जो बैठा है कौन है? पीयूष. हाँ पीयूष, आपका क्या राय है? What does it mean by networking?
So we should to network the people who are in the high post, which who is in the high post and so.
So you are saying you would connect with the higher positions, but why the higher position people will entertain you?
So that you will be the better. मतलब वो सर अच्छा ये बता सकते हैं मुझे क्या करना है और
No. You are trying to connect with a senior, let's say, right? Now that is for your benefit. Why the senior will entertain you? What is their benefit? They are too busy. And similarly, like you, there are 1,000 more candidates reaching out to them. I will come to each one of you. Just take one by one, because it's more of the concept you need to understand. And it is not only about him. The thing is relevant for all of us. So please listen each and every cases very carefully. So this is a typical thing, right? You think that okay, I will connect with somebody. Why that person will entertain you? बात समझ में आ रहा है? ये problem है, right? So basically, the door directly to connect with a leader is closed mostly. अगर आपके दिमाग में और भी कुछ thoughts है तो आप बता सकते हो. अच्छा आप you raise your hand, right? हाँ.
Showing them what they are capable of.
What is the right set of people?
For example, someone, if I'm good at Python or if I'm good at coding, and if I meet a developer who is not in a great position, but he's a developer at a certain company and I want to work in that company. If I tell him I showcase my work to that certain developer, he'll go and tell the company that, yeah, I know him and I have seen his talent or his work.
Sorry to disappoint, but it is very partially true, probably 20% true, right? You will understand why, right? We will talk about it.
You can network with the people of same interest or the interest linking to the art of it. And this was something that Manisha came and he gave us the example of one student who approached him through the LinkedIn, and he said like it was just of 2 days or 3 days. He just sent the request, and after that he was asking for the opportunity for job opportunity. So that's what for, not only for our benefit but for the learning purpose, we should connect with the people of same interest.
So you wanted to connect with the people for same interest. So in that case तो आप और मैं कभी कनेक्ट ही नहीं हो सकते. If we go with that logic के same interest only we will connect, then you will find a very narrowed opportunity, right? Think about it. You are getting the point. Because what is your interest? Maybe your interest is that I will build some logistic product on Go language. Because Go is your skill, your interest in logistic product. Understanding it? That combination in industry probably, just a rough guess, 10% for an example. Developer who will entertain you, that itself again narrowed down. If you put this condition, the same interest. So same interest, probably I would say accuracy is high, but the quantity is low. This is one concept that again these things I will cover in follow-up sessions. This is talking about what is the opportunity concentration versus what is the opportunity accuracy. In this approach, what she mentioned, right, same interest, accuracy is high. Maybe you will try for 5 and you will get through 3 for an example like so, but that 5 itself is very limited. Probably you will get only 5. On the other hand, if you broaden your things, then you will get maybe 1000, but out of 1000 maybe 20 to 30% will crack, which is still okay, right? Somebody was raising the hand from here also.
Sir, get to know as many people as possible from a professional scope.
You know the people.
Get to know, like, as you can see in LinkedIn, you go and connect. So basically, when you connect with them, get to know about them.
Okay, so basically you are saying, okay, I will connect with more and more people. Can you tell me how that will help you?
So once you've connected, once you've started knowing them, you can, once you build a trust relationship with that person.
On LinkedIn, you cannot build trust, man.
Not easily, but once you've built a relationship with them, you know them, you can ask them for a referral.
तो मान लेते हैं कि you send 1000 requests, 1000 got connected and you ask for referral. Personally 1000 member. Within this 1000, right, current days, most of the many companies are not hiring. So if I take current timing, current companies are not hiring. Mostly here, few companies are hiring, right? So it is coming towards right place. Wrong timing, you are not even pass out. So you are under these two, but you have to reach here. You understand the problem in your approach? Everybody understood what is the problem in this approach? Okay, what next? Okay, explain.
So if you like contribute to open source, you will rather than just gaining networks, you will get a fame, kind of fame, where you are recognized by each and every person of your network. So instead of just finding 5 people, now you are finding 10 people with an accuracy of around 60 to 70%.
One of the good approach. I would not say this is the only one. One of the good approach to build network, right? So we are saying open source contribution, but still there is one caveat. This is the approach to build. But my question was, what does the network means? Networking का मतलब क्या है? All you guys are talking about how to build network. मेरा क्वेश्चन तो वो था ही नहीं. फर्स्ट पहले तो ये समझते हैं कि नेटवर्क बोलते किसको है. व्हाट डज द नेटवर्किंग मीन्स. जैसे ये कौन था, पीयूष और आपका नाम क्या है, ये दोनों उस लाइन पे थोड़ा जा रहे थे कि व्हाट डज द नेटवर्क मीन्स. हमको पहले वो जानना है कि नेटवर्क मीन क्या करता है. व्हाट डज इट मीन. पहले तो समझते हैं कि भाई पेन है क्या, उसके बाद पेन बनाएंगे ना. Somebody from this zone, what does the network means?
Kind of a, can I say it's kind of a bond with a win-win situation, a two-way give and take. Like if I'm connecting with someone, I am not supposed to connect with them for just my benefit. In some way, I have to also help them out, benefit them.
Hmm.
How a network can be built, or what a network should be.
Again, you are telling that's how network can be built. What does it mean by networking?
A two-way give and take relation. That's what I'm saying.
इस हिसाब से तो डेटिंग भी भाई नेटवर्किंग हो गया. ओके, आप कुछ बोल रहे थे.
So sharing of knowledge, networking. Like if you are networking with someone, whether he is a professional or not, rather than experience, you are gaining some knowledge. If you are with the right set of people, like with same interest, and like we take CSE computer science team. Even though like he knows much more tech stack than me, I'm getting knowledge. I'm getting like the idea how do I run all these processes parallel to get to the right time and right place.
Okay, I heard you. Hussein, right? Huh? Hussein, right? Any opinion from your side?
On network, right?
सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है भाई.
Sir, on network, right?
हाँ
What is network?
हाँ, अभी नेटवर्किंग टॉपिक में ही है हम लोग.
So, sir, for me, like network would be like, so I would connect with you, so and I would like display my what can I do possibly. So if I say like I can do Python research project pattern, so for the next time if your company looks for like I need a programmer, and you will like remember, yeah, I know this guy who can do like Python, so we can call him for this work.
Can you please come here and tell that same thing again? Please, I insist, please.
So sir, I was saying like if I would connect with you, so sir, I would showcase my achievements, my projects, so you would know that like yeah, you know Python is done so many projects. So the next time if your company requires a programmer, so you would remember like yeah, I know this person. I remember he showcased me his like achievements, his program, his projects. So you would call me like yeah, I need your help, and we could help each other in that way.
तो इनका जो लास्ट पार्ट था ना, नेक्स्ट टाइम व्हेन योर कंपनी रिक्वायर्ड अ प्रोग्रामर, कैन यू रिपीट दैट पार्ट ओनली? Just repeat that part. Okay, next time when your company required a programmer,
So you would remember me like yeah, I know this person. He once showcased me his achievements, projects, and all that things.
सबको समझ में आ रहा है क्या बोल रहा है? Anybody have any doubt? Just this particular part? No? Thanks, yaar. So we will take from here. So we will let's take this part. Now, if I have to frame his word, what does the networking means? See here, एक चीज, शाहरुख खान, right? All of you know Shahrukh Khan. But can we say that is Shahrukh Khan's network? Absolutely no. So it doesn't mean कि भाई आप कितने लोगों को जानते हो. आप सोचते हो कि भाई मैं तो लिंक्डइन में इतने सारे कनेक्शन बना लिया तो आई एम सेट, तो नाउ आई कैन अचीव ऑल दिस गोल. Come on, yaar, that is the delusion. The real networking doesn't mean कि how many people you connect with, how many people know you. That is the real networking. Now, this is the only half story. अब after this session ना, I can bet the entire ये जो क्लासरूम है और आप लोगों में कुछ तो भाई ग्रुप्स है, वो तो मुझे दिख गया. ठीक है, कुछ ग्रुप्स है, कुछ लोग बहुत घुल मिल रहे हैं, कुछ लोग तो है भाई डिफरेंट. वो सारी चीज खत्म हो जाएगा, सब लोग दोस्त बन जाएंगे. लेट्स बेट ऑन इट. सो वी आर रिमूविंग एवरीथिंग. ठीक है, हाँ, बट डोंट टेक दैट एज अ चैलेंज कि भाई नहीं मैं तो दोस्त नहीं बनाऊंगा, ऐसे मत करना. लेट्स टेक इट. सो व्हाट डज नेटवर्किंग मीन्स? पे अटेंशन हियर गाइस. तो a room of opportunity. ठीक है, a room full with opportunity. What is the room full of opportunity? So for an example, a hiring meeting is going on. A manager, a director or senior manager, whatsoever, or even a team lead telling okay, for our next project we need to hire 3 Java developer, 2 Go developer, 1 UX guys and some testers. So overall I have 10 requirement. So you have to hire this as soon as possible, right? So a room of opportunity typically looks like that. Within a room of opportunity, a person is there who know you. This person knows you, okay? And he is in certain position. Position doesn't mean that by designation. He is in that particular in that conversation and all. And he is willing to shout your name that I have a guy or I have a friend who is fit for this job. Right? This is called actual networking. Let's understand it a bit more. A person, कोई एक रैंडम नाम लेते हैं, बताओ कोई एक रैंडम नाम बताओ इस ग्रुप से. सॉरी नहीं, ये क्या तनय? कौन है तनय भाई? हाँ तनय, ओके. तो तनय के पास, अगेन भाई दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, ठीक है, डोंट टेक इट अदरवाइज. तो तनय के पास मान लो कि ये एस्पिरेशनल है एंड ऑल दोज थिंग्स. तो इसके पास मान लेते हैं कि भाई 10,000 कनेक्शन है लिंक्डइन पे या कहीं पे भी. कितना है एक्चुअली? ठीक है, चलो 10,000 हो जाएगा. तो चलो 10,000 है, ठीक है. अच्छा, और किसका नाम ले सकते हैं? और एक नाम चाहिए. हरीब. अच्छा अड़ीब, ठीक है, चलो अड़ीब. अड़ीब के पास मान लेते हैं कि भाई 10 कनेक्शन है, ठीक है. डोंट लाफ, थिंग्स विल चेंज. बट ये जो तो 10 है ना, नहीं 10 नहीं, मानते कि 45 कनेक्शन है, ठीक है. अब क्या है कि इसके पास 10,000 है, इसके पास 45 है. बट ये 45 क्या है कि इसके दोस्त थे. अब ये 45 में बहुत सारे डिवीजन हो गए हैं. कोई एक सिटी में चला गया, कोई एक सिटी में चला गया, कोई अब्रॉड चला गया, राइट. अब डिफरेंट सिटीज में डिफरेंट कंपनीज, दिस गाइज आर ओन job, doing that job, and you guys don't even know what role the permutation combination plays a crucial role to your journey. So though you guys will start the same platform, but somebody will be senior developer earlier, somebody will be lead developer, somebody will be developer, tester, whatsoever. That is a different thing, we will talk later. But in different designation, different cities में ये लोग हैं, different companies में, and they are friends. These guys are friends. Not के भाई LinkedIn पे रिक्वेस्ट भेजा था कि हाँ जानता भी नहीं हूँ उसको. तो these are friends, ठीक है. इनके पास क्या है? इनके पास सिर्फ 2 ही फ्रेंड है. आउट ऑफ दिस 45 बैच में इसके पास सिर्फ 2 ही है. एंड अगेन दिस इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल, डोंट कोट एनीवन और डोंट टीज एनीथिंग टू एनीवन, ओके. बट इसका ओवरऑल कनेक्शन इतना है. अब बताओ ये वाले सिनेरियो में किसका ग्रेटर एज है? Why? Because in a room of opportunity, right? If you have the real network, that guy will stand and say कि भाई मैं इनको जानता हूं, आ जाओ. अब इसमें क्या होता है ना कि आप बहुत सारे लोगों से, I mean you have a great network, but nobody remembers you. What matters when an opportunity or the problem comes, people should strike your name in their head. कि भाई हाँ इस प्रॉब्लम के लिए this person is suitable, so I should get that. That's how you have to build the network. In this classroom, you are 46 members. Each one of you make sure that you have at least 45 connections, network connections. That's how we have to start. These mistakes we have done in our college days. Don't repeat this mistake to yourself. ये ईगो ये सब साइड में हटाओ, ये बिल्ड करो. बिकॉज फ्रॉम दिस बैच ओनली somebody will be director in future days, somebody will be CEO, somebody will be entrepreneur, right? Some esteemed company and somebody will go to abroad also. So if you have to go all those places, you have to build the network right now or right today itself. That mistakes we have done. We didn't do, because that time we don't know that what does it networking means. It took me more than 10 years to understand what does the networking means. Understand? So what a golden opportunity you have, understand it, utilize it. So this is all about this. Okay, how do you build it? Now, with this, again, wrong timing, wrong place. So, all your networking are there. Every time there is an opportunity, there means it is pretty much a decent place, you'll get pulled into here, most of the time. Now, it's your skill that whether you are able to get into it or not. That's a different thing. And that is obvious, you have to have your skill, right? There is no negotiation. Is it make sense?
Yes, sir.
From serialization to we have make parallelism, and the chances of winning rate is higher, much higher. So always remember, whoever talks about networking doesn't mean isko connection request, usko connection request, hi, hello. People don't even know your name. But people should think that, okay, if this is the problem, I know this guy, he should be best fit, let me call him. That's how network works. On LinkedIn, I have more than 16,000. But on real life, if I have to talk, I have 11 or 12 connections. Right? Who can help me? Now, what does it mean? 12 connection means the CEO, CTO I know, that is number of 12, or VP I know who actually thought about me is 12. Why the number is 12? Again, I will give you. I know many VPs, many CTO, CEOs and all. The companies I worked, they are actually, I do try my perform best, showcase my work. I think somebody was talking about this line. I think you, right, Piyush? Showcasing the talent, you or Hari both are talking about this, showcasing the work, talent and all. So this is how it works. You do perform well, you try to connect with member and they will remember you, right? So while they're in a problem or there is some demand, they will call your name. Apart from it, yes, there are thousands of developers I know, there are many tester I know and all. I can approach them, right? So 16,000 connection means you can answer that lot of developer, lot of recruiter is there. I can approach them. But thing is, even though I approach all these 15,000, many of them will feel into this or this, right? कि अरे भाई नहीं, अभी तो मेरी कंपनी तो हायरिंग नहीं कर रहा है, या फिर हाँ यार मेरी कंपनी हायरिंग तो कर रही है, बट द प्रॉब्लम इज तेरे लेवल पे तो है नहीं. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम आई फेस दैट. भाई जैसे मैं देखता हूँ कि भाई डायरेक्टर और मोर, तो भाई हाँ अभी मेरे कंपनी में तो वो हायरिंग नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है. एंड द मोमेंट आई गेट इनटू दोज नेटवर्क्स, दे विल कॉल के ठीक है. One of my, in fact, this CTO was there. So he was telling कि भाई VP का रोल है, करोगे, आ जाओ करना है, तो ये काम है. So that's how networking works, and that's how you will get the pull. Skills will give you push, but with push, it will go certain extent with time. Beyond that, you need pull. And I think you all passed the 12th class physics, right? You know, friction is more in push. And to avoid the friction, you have to do pulling. Simple concept that applies here also. Is the fundamental of networking is very clear to everyone. तो देखो भाई आप लोगों के पास, मेरे पास तो 12 है, because I did the mistake a decade back. But आपके पास already 45 है, आप लोग utilize करो. और rather से 46 है, मेरे को भी count कर सकते हो. Because the moment I will think के भाई ITM University या फिर Let's Upgrade से है, I know what is the value you can provide. So at least you guys have 46 connections, including Sai and all. आपका connection और भी बढ़ेगा. Utilize it. Every single one you have utilized. The moment you are missing one, you fall into this category or this category. If you are excluding one member, because you don't even know the person you are hating today, probably, rather than hating, disliking today, he might be a CEO or something in next day, in 10 years. You don't even know, right? उसके साथ क्यों पंगा लेना है, ठीक है? और कौन सीईओ बनेगा, कौन ऊपर जाएगा, ये एकेडमिक से डिसाइड नहीं होता है भाई. Neither how vocal a person is, neither how good looking a person is. This factor doesn't matter. So don't try to judge anything, rather focus on networking. This will help you ultimately. So this is the message. I wanted you guys to understand it very properly. That's why we took some long time. Can you guys read what does it written? Anybody knows about it?
First impression is the best impression.
First impression is the best impression. आपने proverb ही change कर दिया. Okay. Anybody knows about it? Anybody can interpret it. This one we will go quickly.
Your first impression is the last impression.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else?
Take the first step.
Okay.
Always take the first step.
For example, if we hear any motivational quote for once, we get motivated and we think that this person has like great insights and he has given a motivation quote. But if we hear the same quote from different person for several times, then we may not feel so excited or so motivated by it.
Okay. So
In industry, it is called the first mover's advantage. Right? If you publish or make something first, it will create a greater impact than the others, which are followed behind.
नहीं यार, इतनी कॉम्प्लेक्स चीजें मैं आप लोगों को अभी तो नहीं बताऊंगा. आपके पास अभी भी 3 साल है.
Setting up a benchmark.
अच्छा. It seems like you guys are far ahead. ठीक है, चलो तो थोड़ा पीछे आ जाते हैं. ठीक है, थोड़ा पीछे आ जाते हैं. So what does it mean? Let me explain. This is a very interesting thing and followed by only few professionals, right? And probably I have seen only one company who is following it. Lead by world's richest person, or some time back he was the world's richest person, none other than Jeff Bezos, Amazon. What does it? Sometime Samsung also follows this. What does it mean? So before we talk about it, I will also give you one example, right? You must have heard about the quote on YouTube, right? That your power is worthless without direction. You heard about it? On YouTube, there is a video, a cheetah was running behind a deer, not able to control his speed and all, right? So yeah. So what does it mean? Today, all of you are studying for something. And you know that after your 4th year, you will get into a job. But 4th year, what you wanted to become, nobody knows. Can anybody stand up in this group and tell, I know what I wanted to become after 4th year? I bet nobody knows. If anybody, please stand up. Anybody? No, I'm seriously, like if somebody knows, I literally appreciate it. But anybody knows? I doubt. So here is the fact. I will tell you a very interesting story which I handled, the benefit of it. So after Amazon, when I joined Samsung as a senior manager, so I found one guy was there, one lady basically was there. She was a principal engineer, wanted to become architect. So that was the scenario. Now she tries, before that the company policy is to make it very flexible. Nobody have to depend on the manager's rating. You can give a exam basically or an interview, internal interview. If you pass, after 6 months you will be promoted. Clear? Now she attempted 3 or 4 attempts like that. She was actually good. She do designs like anything. She is able to do scalable product, very passionate about it, talks lot of conferences and all those things. Now, while she was in journey, she was excellent. I think most of you are talking about skill. Think about it. Her skill was there. She goes to many conferences. So her networking was also there. Fame is there. Everything was there, but still she was not able to make it. Okay? Problem is, once you attempted this interview, for next 6 months you cannot attempt. 6 months or 1 year. So she was attempting for last 3-4 years. You understand How much cycle it goes? Every time wrong, 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 wrong. So when I joined, she came to me directly and she told, hey, see, I am very senior and I was doing it. You have to support me for promotion. I thought, oh, okay. So when a senior approaches you, just. So I try to understand what is the problem. She told that, okay, I am doing all those things, I am giving interview, but never able to crack it. That was the problem. Now I connect with the interview panel. They told things are not very clear, right? She is not able to articulate what she was doing. She was not able to talk about on the line what is needed for this particular job. Now, what you guys are thinking that, okay, I planned with her. She got promoted finally, but what I did or how I guide any particular idea in this line, still we have to figure out what does it mean. But in this line, if I have to give this scenario, what different I have done or guided her that she got promoted.
Listen to your gut instinct.
Sorry?
Listen to your gut instinct.
Listen to your
gut instinct. Like what you hear first. So what idea articulates in your mindset at that time? Say that first, rather than jumping out on different ideas.
Things will not work that way. Sorry, things will not that work in that way. Okay. See, here's the thing. First, I told the approach what I took for her, right? I put it in this way that you tried for 4 years and repeatedly failed. So first we have to understand, being an architect, what you need to showcase. So show me your draft where you are putting it. Her reply was that, okay, I do lot of good things throughout the year. I go to interview and just talked about it. That was the problem. She is not following a target, right? She thought, okay, I did a lot of good work, I will go and talk about it. I just flipped it. I told, no, do one thing. In another 7 months, you can attempt the interview. I am okay, I will give you the approval. It needs my, I will give you the approval. Do one thing. After 1 week, you come back to me, you put a one pager. It's called a one pager, means everything you thought will be bounded to only one A4 paper. You come up with a one pager you understand, right? You come up with a one pager where you will list down that being an architect, you have done these things. You imagine yourself as an architect and you tell that after 7 months you have done these things. Concept is very simple. So it is not that you will think what you will be able to do or not. You think that if I am in this position and I wanted to achieve these things, and these are the things. You simply put it in bullet points in the page and come to me. She did the same thing. That after 7 months, while I am appearing, I wanted to showcase my profile like this. I told, that's it, we are done. 90% job is done. Now, in this 7 months, you follow the path to achieve this thing only. You no need to do any hard work, you no need to do anything extra. Whatever you wrote, you make it true. At today it is not true, right? Because it's not even done, it is not materialized. But after 7 months, it should be true. So this 7 months, you put your focus to make it true. That's all you have to do. She did it, goes through the interview process, went through the interview process and cracked. Baat samajh mein aa raha hai? And this is an industry practical example what I have given. There are few more, but we'll stick to one. Switch to Amazon case. What Amazon does, and this thing I learned from Amazon, it's called publish first. Before they even make a product ready, if it is not a patented product and all, they generally publish it. That, okay, we are going to do this and that and all. Similar example I can recall, the green grass project. If you remembered, while AI just booming, right? That was one of the project Amazon just published. 3 months or 2 months back, they will do. They are on the process and they will do it. The reason is, the moment you publish, and publishing can happen to at any level, right? To yourself, to friends, right? Or to nobody also, that's fine. The moment you put a proper thought that okay, I wanted to publish it, the fact is it will be more structured, right? You put your all thoughts, and it resulted that okay, you have a target to achieve. So while you have a target to achieve, you know what to do. You have skills, you have passion, you have manual drive and everything. So once you reach there, it is almost there that you are done with that. Then the rest of the thing is just a proof point. How this is relevant to you? One of the struggle we faced while we were passing out, I was done my master's, right? So while I was passing out my master's, one of the problem we faced, before the campusing, every single resume looks same, only the name changed. And that is a practical thing. If you go to any engineering college, you will find this. Not here, but any of the engineering college. Somebody prepared a resume, everybody copy pasted that by changing the name only. Some of the stupid member are also there, they don't even change their father name. So that thing are also there, right? So that's how it happens. So the problem is, by the time you passed it, right, you made your journey, and now also you passed your first semester, right? Just try it out. Today you sit and try to write your resume, and write a resume in such a way that you are submitting to somebody who will give you job right away. I bet you will run out of point. Most of you, relevant point. Okay, relevant point towards the industry you will run out. It doesn't mean that okay, you haven't done anything. It's just that it is not structured in your mind. So with this kind of scenario, while you go for interview or some approaching, right, obviously it is bound to fail, right? Wrong timing, nothing else. The thing is, sit today, write a resume after this pass out what you wanted to be, not a essay or paragraph, point wise. I have done this project, I have mastered in these languages, I have these are the leadership skills and this much. Profound, to the point, target based. Paste it in your wall, put it in your books, whatever it is. And next 3 years or 3.5 years, spend or invest your time to make that true. That's the only thing you have to do. After 3.5 years, what you wanted to become, what all the skill set you want, note it down today. These 3.5 years, you invest your time, dedication to make it true. That's all you have to do. Rest of the things will follow. This is called the publish first method, and it works like magic. Personally, I follow it. I mean, from the journey of Amazon, when I learned, every single time when I joined a company, it's pretty much that okay, after 2 years, if I wanted to build my resume on it, what it looks like, I have it every single time. None of the company I missed. So it gives me a drive that okay, what I wanted to do this company, what the value addition, what is the business I wanted to do this company, I do it. Yes, sometimes things works out, sometimes it's not. Then I have to plan it or replan it. But still I am in a greater age, rather than doing things randomly or asking what is going to happen, I know what to do. So this is the magic which will give you a push, a great extent to your career, to climb the ladder, which I am sharing with you. Grab it. Okay, the next topic, we have some industry level applications. Now we will talk some of the things which is at an industry level application. It's very, I would say it's good to understand what it is, because it will boost up your motivation. Sometimes it feels that okay, we are doing this coding, that coding, that concept, this concept. Are they really useful? I think nowadays motivation / manipulation videos, lot of guys you have seen that hum log history, geography, all those things we are studying, but what is the value add? I bet on that, definitely there is a value add. Everything has the value add. Knowledge is never wasted. Now, while we talk about this industry level part, now I will talk about some of the programming concept, right, which often used in academics. Here also you will find that while you are doing the programming, but with the right use cases. But the fact is, things are not limited here only. There is an industry level application which I am going to touch upon. We are not going to the deep into it because probably that will need some more preparation and all. Maybe some later point in time we will do that, right? While आप लोग probably third year में रहेंगे तब देखते हैं, right? So these are the different set of, I would say, the topic or the concept what you guys are going to encounter in your upcoming days. And the right side you can see those are the industry level application. So first of all, we will talk about consistent hashing. I will not go into deep what the consistent hashing is because I feel most of us need some preparation on to understand what is hashing itself. Next time I will take a look better and probably I will match up the level better. But let's say, so consistent hashing, right? What is happening in a very nutshell? If you get a number, right? For an example, if I have to divide this class into three sections, how do I do? One of the method is that, okay, not academics because you are not certain. So one of the thing is, okay, A to F, right? Whatever the names comes with this first letter, they will go to one section, remaining goes to the other section. This is called hashing, and in simple term. In actual hashing, what it happens, there is a mathematical function, right? As simple as like division. The outcome decide the bucket. For an example, if I put that, okay, these are the 4 tables, right? 4 row we have, and you guys are all here. Now to distribute the students or to distribute all of you to this 4 row, how we are going to do? With hashing. A very simplistic example could be, whatever is your name, we will convert it into number. A means 1, B means 2, like that. Sum of that number, whatever the sum is coming, right? We are all 4, we have 4 rows divided by 4. Whatever the outcome, the result, that will be limited to 4 only, 1, 2, 3, 4. According to whatever the result is coming from your name, you will go to that, right? So this is a simple example of hashing. Consistent hashing, it's a bit complex structure. I will not go into that right now, but you will be wondered that this simple concept, what you find, okay, kya hi use hoga iska? All of us know Ola and Uber. You must have booked it. Have you ever wondered that on your mobile, how you are seeing that how many cars are nearby you? कैसे होता है ये चीज? The car is moving, right? But you are still able to see nearby your car whenever you are taking on, right? That is implemented through consistent hashing, right? And the system which build on this consistent hashing is called Disco. Disco is a proprietary system built by Uber and Ola. So the entire cluster, okay, we understand what is cluster, right? What is cluster? A collection of things together, yes, in terms of computers, right? So a group of computers doing similar job is the cluster. If they are doing different job, then they are not in cluster. They all do the similar job in a group, that is called cluster. Memorize nahi karna hai. So for that, right? So consistent hashing being used. Now we'll move to quickly to the next one. All of you have Google account or Yahoo account. How many of you encounter that while you are trying to put a username, it says username is already existing? Raise your hand. Okay, good. Do you have any idea how many users Google have or Yahoo have? Billions, right? Billions. It's the global companies. So the wondering fact is, as soon as you are typing, it is able to say from 1 billion or 2 billion that this username is existing. How it is possible? On Excel sheet, on database, can you do it? Answer is no. Then how? There must be something, right? Across the world, it is not only in India. Across the world, no matter who have created that account, if the similar account name is existing, it is saying sorry, it is already in use. How it is doing? कभी सोचा है आप लोगों ने? अभी लग रहा है कि थोड़ा थोड़ा वंडर है इन सब चीजों में, मजा आ रहा है? It is wonder thing, right? How it is happening? Is it possible? So 2 billion means how much? 1 million means 10 lakh. 100 million 10 lakh, okay. 10 million means 1 crore. 100 million means 1 billion. Okay, so this is the calculation. So from that large scale, it is able to tell you within a fraction of second that this is available. If you guys are interested, I can go to each of the details by showing how the calculation happened, how within seconds it is able to tell you, right? But today time is not permitting. Maybe you can request Sai and we can collaborate more. But Bloom filter is used to solve this kind of problem, and it used everywhere, right? To any of the website which is talking about this thing, username availability follows Bloom filter. It knows Bloom filter. Bloom filter is a derivative of hashing only. Okay, so today most of the thing I put, it is either an application of hashing or a derivative of hashing, which used to solve different industry problem. Now next one everybody knows, all of you use torrent nowadays also sometimes. So torrent, if you see, it's a P2P, peer-to-peer networking protocol. Now you know that, okay, while you are transferring an image or a movie in pen drive or somehow, sometime it got corrupted and it is not running. Hota hai? But from torrent when you download, okay, though India, and I am not promoting anything about it, as it is recording, okay. So it is just a educational purpose. So while you are downloading some big files from internet, how it is validating the large file which is the size of GB, it is not corrupted and you are getting the right thing. Have you ever thought about it? Because your network is fluctuating, sometimes it goes off, you came next day and all. So how it is resuming from the same point, and end of the day while it's fully loaded, it is guaranteed. Anybody, any idea? No? Again, I will put it in this way, very simplistic example. Let's say you write the entire file. Let's say you wrote a paragraph. Take a simple example, right? In that paragraph, if I say that each word represents a number, do sum up all this number divided by your lines, how many lines you have written, that will give you a number. Okay? And the file what you downloaded, you have to perform the same operation on your file, right? The earlier calculation is already there. What you downloaded, it's a matter of second that you will calculate that. If both the number are matching, that means what? Everything is fine. If the new calculation is not matching with the previous number, then means what? Something is wrong, something misplaced. That means data corruption happened, right? So this is more of a tree structure. While you guys will learn about the data structure and all, you will you will get to know tree structure. So Merkle tree is famous for breaking down a large file into multiple small chunks, calculate their hash value. Those hash values will conjugate together to build a tree. Now think what is the application of it? Think about it. You have a large file. Of our previous method, you get to know that file is corrupted. But if it is a 3 GB of file, are you going to download the entire file again? Come on. So you have to identify where is the problem and download only that one, isn't it? So with only hashing, you can figure out whether it is problematic or not. But which portion is corrupted, if you wanted to identify it, then Merkle tree is the one which you have to follow. It's a implementation of hashing which implemented to build this kind of P2P or the torrent protocols. तो अभी थोड़ा समझ में आ रहा है कि भाई ये सारे चीज आप लोग कभी क्वेश्चन पूछते नहीं हो, राइट? बट दीज आर द वंडर्स हैपनिंग ऑन बैकग्राउंड, एंड हाउ इट इज हैपनिंग इज दिस, which you guys are learning now. So it is most important that you guys understand these concepts very well. तभी जाके आप लोग ये ग्रेट प्रोडक्ट, कोई तो बोल रहा था कि ग्रेट प्रोडक्ट बनाना है, वो इन सब लर्निंग से ही आता है. Collection framework, C++, have you read anything about collection framework so far? No? Okay. It is there in C++, right? C++ we have a list. What do you say, right? So list is part of collection framework. List, set, map, hash map and all. It is very predominant in Java. Java we have lot of collection frameworks, right? Full chapters and couple of books are there. In fact, books are there for collection framework. Now usage of collection framework, I would say it's every damn project, every single project use collection framework. I haven't seen any project, right, which not used collection framework, right? Either straightforward way or in a manual or the derivative way, they are using collection framework. If you are using list, that is also comes under collection framework. But yes, in C we use in a different way by pointers, right? C में pointer use करते हो ना आप लोग? Okay. Now the last one. Last one, I think it's far away. It's a concept of networking, not that human networking, the computer networking. So in this networking, what is called is round robin and the leaky bucket. There are many algorithms. I just randomly put two. So leaky bucket is the concept where it inspired from a leaky bucket. I mean, the name itself is that. So you have a bucket, you have a hole in it, and the concept is to avoid congestion. No matter how much water you put, it will flow through the leak only, so that even though you put more water, the destination will get the same amount of water what it's supposed to get. It should not be overflowed. So while you are doing the networks, right? So sometimes you will say that, okay, how do I say, like when the IPL is happening, sometimes you say that, okay, registration closed, or you will say that, okay, no more bandwidth left for the streaming. How those things are happening? All of you are going together for an example, and there is one place, if I have to put it in a very simplistic way, one, let's say, cluster of computer. It is taking all the requests, but it has been instructed that down the line, the system what I have, it should get maybe 60 requests per minute, not more than that. So this computer will only allow 60 connection or the 60 requests per minute only, not more than that. Rest of the thing it will deny or it will overflow or it will hold over there. As simple as it is a leaky bucket concept. No matter how much you are putting, the diameter of the leak will allow the only that much water, right? In technical terms, it called as rate limiting or throttling. This is the implementation of it. Where we find it? In the API gateway layer. Going forward, who are all interested in infrastructure or DevOps SRE, they will get to know more about it. In fact, developers also know about it, but there we have to do the detailed study of it. Round robin, I think it is very simple. Our processor is based upon round robin, most of the processor. So I forgot the scientist name, some robin has been invented this, as it is in round structure, so that's how the name is the round robin. A classic example of it, we talked about cluster. On cluster there is a load balancing concept, right? In processor we have multitasking concept. All those things developed based on this principle only. Now you guys understand how these things are getting implemented at a large scale to solve the problems. These are the industry level applications. All these chota concepts at a large scale. So don't neglect all these concepts. Bhai ye sikh ke kya hoga, wo sikh ke kya hoga. Concepts are very important. It's up to the person how he or she is going to implement it. Okay? Okay. That's all for the day. Then I will switch to the next one. If you guys wanted to connect with me, here is the one. My LinkedIn profile also, it's the QR code. You guys can connect if you want. Okay, so that's all for this time. Anything you guys wanted to question or anything?
So what was that LP interface?
Load balancer. So load balancer is if I have a cluster of computer, what you told, right? It should not happen that only one computer is get overloaded. It should happen that all the computers should be, loaded equally. If only one computer is getting loaded, then other computers are sitting idle and it can be crashed. So to distribute the load, this is how the load balancer works. Anybody have any other questions or anything?
One question. So, if from your perspective, while you're using in Paytm and you are into the transactions, which thing like you tend to prefer, Web 1, Web 2, or Web 3, while using like transactions in that?
Sorry, what is this Web 1, Web 2 means?
So, yeah, Web 1, like basically the cybersecurity firewall patch I'm asking. Like, which one do you prefer to use? Like, while the Paytm does its transaction, because Paytm has introduced a lot of transactions right now with different sets of transactions happening. So like which is a gateway they use easily, like for cybersecurity people?
Okay, no. So you have to understand the firewall concept first. The firewall relies for a reason so that nobody can enter in your system, unauthorized entry. While the payment is happening, payment is nothing to do with the firewall. Paytm is a payment gateway. Paytm is nothing to do that transaction and all. All we have to make sure the transaction is authenticated and authorized. Firewall having two versions. One is your hardware version, another is your software version. That also contributes to your port handling, your IMAP handling and all those things. That as an infra level. But what we expose the service through API gateway. This API gateway, if we understand more, right, have different set of authentication and authorization versions. In a nutshell, we call it as an OAuth, one of the security protocol. Internally, we have all the services. So that itself is a firewall for us. Internally, the services within the company ground, it is not protected with firewall. Now, while we are saying that, okay, we are scanning a barcode or something and payment is coming through, that one, what we are taking is that, okay, whether it is a valid, I would say, vendor, it is coming through. That all we have to validate. To that validation, it will come through the API gateway. First of all, encounter into our cluster and then take the validation. Once it is get inside it, right, it's free to travel all the services it's needed. In security world, one thing we have to understand, excessive security also a killer. Why? At a scale of Paytm or at a scale anything you talk about, the more it transfers through, the more time taking it will be, and we have to serve very quickly. I mean, come on, I mean, if you just scan it or you are waiting for payment, that doesn't look good. So to answer your question, it is not the only one implementation. It has multiple layer of implementation, starting from API gateway and towards the hardware level. And each of the node itself have their own firewall setting, which allows the port mapping and all. So there is inbound and outbound policy in that case, if you able to relate. So by default, all are denied, and we have to manually go and tell which is the port and protocol we are allowing. That's the firewall policy what we are using most of the industry cases. So by default, it is everything declined, and I haven't seen much of the implementation of the hardware firewall so far in these companies, but there must be some places where hardware firewall been used, but mostly it is the software firewalls.